today we're going to be working on standing poses and twists in standing poses. So this takes a little brain power and a little coordination. So we're using the chair to teach us, and I think you'll find it interesting. I hope you do. So first, stand near your wall in Tadasana. You will notice too, I have not put down a sticky mat. It depends on your floor. If you have a floor it's pretty uncomfortable, or if it's slippery, you'll need a sticky mat. But because we'll be moving the chair back and forth so much, if you can work without one, then it's a little less, annoying because of the mat moving over, the chair moving over the mat. So, having said that, let's stand in Tadasana. So first of all, draw your big toes together. Even if your heels have to separate, draw your big toes together. And if your heels did separate, see if you can now urge them, move them together a little more. Then, draw your thighs back. The sides of the thighs go back and in. All of the muscles of your thigh grip the bone. Draw your kneecaps up. It's really a separate action, which will automatically firm up the shins, the lower legs. Feel that stability. We haven't done anything from below the navel up. So notice the difference there, and notice how strong and stable your legs are, your hips. So now begin to draw yourself up. Draw yourself up through your waist. So the glutes are firm, the sides of the hips are compacted up through the sides of your body. And release your shoulders. Let them move downward as you extend your arms. Tighten all of the muscles of your arms into the bone. Extend the palms and fingers. Adjust your neck back and your head, the back of your head back and up, so that your jaw is parallel to the floor. Remember, when you practice yoga and when you hear me give instructions, we are all slightly different. We all have to find our own way. This time, bring your arms forward. Keep them parallel. Keep both elbows extending. Retract your shoulders to the wall. Notice how when you brought your arms forward, your shoulders went with them. It's handy. But we have choices. Bring your arms all the way up. Firm those elbows in and up. Extend through your palm. Feel the length from your feet up through your legs through the pelvis. See that your pelvis is engaged. The glutes are firm. The lower abs are firm. And that extension follows up through the side body, upper arms, palm and fingers. Everything is connected in this moment. Take a moment here to be sure. Breathe, soften your ribs. Then flex, fingers point toward each other. Heel of the hand goes up. Really stretch that side of your arm. And then exhale, bring your arms down to the side. All right, we're going to start with standing poses. And it's going to be triangle pose, Parsvakonasana, Virabhadrasana 1, and then we're going to twist triangle pose and Parsvakonasana. So we've got a lot of work to do in our legs. And I want you to keep your mind on this connection and this separation that of how important the hips are. If you were doing your pose, your Tadasana, and then you realize, okay, you've done all this stuff, but nothing happened in the middle, that's a very important thing to remember. Okay? So, Trikonasana. And I'm going to try and practice from the side some of the time so that you can see that angle of it. That's why the corner is important. Sorry for the windows there. It's just the way it is. Okay, so you're going to put you're going to have your left foot at the wall and your right leg out. And the chair goes by your right leg. The seat of the chair faces out. Okay? The whole side of your right foot goes at the wall. Then just take your feet very, very, very wide and see if you can line up your toes so that you're square with your room. Soften your knees. Adjust your pelvis. Draw yourself into this moment. Draw your legs up and feel how you can use these pelvic muscles, the glutes, the abs, a bunch more in there. Use them for stability. Feel that. And then maintain that. Draw up through your trunk. I'm at the wall, but stretch your arms out and draw the muscles of your arms up to the bone. Shoulders are down, neck is long. Feel the connection all the way through. Now turn your right toes out 90 degrees. We have to now recapture everything we lost. As you straighten your leg, this right thigh has to really turn to the right. Square up your hips, lengthen your trunk, shoulders down, stretch your arms. Take a big inhale. Really kind of supercharge, get ready for this pose. As you exhale, move your legs. Let the legs move your trunk. Stand to the side, come down, touch your chair, press on the chair and move your hips more. That's your first job. Move your hips more. So you're really feeling the stretch in your inner groins. Then lengthen the right side of the rib cage. Shoulders go down. Stretch both arms. Roll those right ribs forward until you're lined up perfectly. Look up. Keep breathing. And then draw up, pulling with that left arm. Square your feet. Step them together. Now, you need to change your chair. All right? You need to change the chair. Now your right foot goes to the wall. The whole side of that foot goes to the wall. You're going to step, step, step. Get far away from your wall. See that your toes are lined up. What happened? There you go. Okay, I see. All right. Everything's fine. And then draw yourself up. Make that pelvis the center part. It's the big gear. Up through your trunk, stretch your arms. Turn your left toes out. As you straighten that leg, roll from front to back so that that leg is firm in the socket. Inhale as you come up. Extend over. Back side. Draw your chair up. Press the chair and keep moving your hips. When the hips have done all they can do, at the moment. Focus on your trunk. I'm going to tighten this up so you can see. So right now, my trunk is just a little bit curved up. Now I want to extend my trunk, so I'm pressing the chair. Draw the arms up and apart. Twist your left ribs to the front of it. Breathe. Pull yourself up. And square your feet. Okay. We're going to repeat that. If you choose, if you have the flexibility and the strength, you can do this side with the block instead of the chair. But take advantage of using the chair because it makes us work more. It gives us support so we can really think about what's going on and how can I make it better, okay? So stand at the wall now. It's going to be your left foot to the wall. Step way out. Way out. Get your feet in line and parallel. Lift yourself up. Roll those thighs front to back. Abdomen up, glutes firm. Arms up, shoulders down, extend. Turn the right toes out. Inhale, lift up. Press the side of your foot into the wall as you extend over to your right side. Rest your chair and move your hips more. Stretch your legs. If you get nothing else out of this class today, you're going to have stretched legs. Now, lengthen the right side of the rib cage. Roll your shoulders back, stretch both arms, and twist the right rib forward. Keep your chin up and in line. Keep your head in line. And breathe. And then draw yourself up. Square up your feet. And step in. Change your chair. We'll go this direction this time so you'll see, have a different view. So put the side of your right foot at the wall. Step out. The feet are going to be parallel right now. Draw yourself up. Roll those thighs back into the glutes. The glutes firm, abdomen lifts, side body lifts, head is in line, arms up, shoulders down, stretch your arms. Turn your left toes out. When you do, you've got to turn this thigh again. Lift up, exhale. Come forward, extend, extend, extend. Come down, touch your chair. As you press, move your hips more toward the wall. Straighten the front leg more. When that is finished, then lengthen the left trunk. Roll the shoulders back. Twist that left trunk forward. Keep your head in line. Top arm straight up. Sometimes, if you're having trouble with the twist, moving that top arm further back opens your chest more, opens the front body more. Then when you bring it back up, you may have a little more lift. Bring yourself up. Square your feet up. And step in. Move your chair again. This is why I didn't want a mat. This is Parsvakonasana. So we start the same way, side of the foot at the wall. Step out, feet parallel. It's a little more awkward when you can't jump. It doesn't work well here. All right, so get your feet equal, draw yourself up. Firming of the glutes allows the abdomen to lift. That allows the trunk to lift. Bring your arms up, shoulders down, stretch your arms. You're going to turn your right toes out. When you do that and you straighten your leg, draw this top thigh back and in. Then the hips likely will be uneven. Square your hips. Lift your trunk, shoulders down, arms strong. Now this time, we're going to bend the right knee. Keeping the trunk in the vertical line, bend the right knee. If you find that your knee has gone past your ankle, give yourself more room. Move the foot out. Do all of the whole thing we did again. Sit straight down. The trunk goes straight down. I'll do this from the side just the next time. Now, we're going to pull the chair up under us so that the thigh is on the chair. And then press that heel back, get your thigh on the chair. And now we're going to come to the side. You can put your hand on your knee, stretch the top arm up, open your chest, twist, look up. Pull yourself up. Here's the good news. You can just sit in the chair to come out. You can sit for a moment, take a breath. Now then, stand up. I'll do it from the front so you can see. If you found that moving the chair under you was very awkward, I have two suggestions. One is you practice it a little bit. The reason I like it is because it allows us to set up our distance in ourselves first without the distraction of a chair. Okay, those are the reasons why I think it's a good plan. However, if you keep struggling with it, you can always start with the chair up under you and hold on to the chair as you come down. Now pull your toes, back toes forward, come down, bend the knee. Now we have to sit so that our back is to the chair. So you can use this front hand, this left arm, to press yourself around. Back leg is very firm against the wall. Now then, take your arms up, extend to the side, just the hand on the knee, it's very open. Press your ribs around, shoulders back, extend your arms. And then come up. And the good news is, you get to sit for a moment. And then stand up. Okay? Is everybody okay with this so far? Is it too confusing? Everybody okay? All right. This chair movement can get a little, but once you get to the pose, you have no question about where you want your chair to be. All right. So let's do it again. Side of the foot to the wall. That'd be your left foot. Step out with your right foot. Get very wide. Very wide. Chairs behind you. Roll the thighs back. Lift up through the trunk. Stretch your arms up. Turn your right toes out. Re-stretch your legs using these upper leg and glute muscles to help. Get yourself nice and tall. Tailbone in, chest up. Keep that as you bend your knee. If you need the chair for support here, go ahead and start with it. If you can work and add it, it has some benefit, okay? Then, get your trunk straight. Get your trunk straight, lift your chest, stretch your arms. Keep the arms stretching. Take your right hand down, stretch the left arm up, feel the spaciousness in the midsection. Now, as you're able, you're going to deepen your pose. You can then take the hand to the leg of the chair. That gives you a way to press the knee back. You can work your way all the way down. Press that back leg. And then come up. Change size. Get that side of the foot to the wall. Step that other leg out very, very far. Get a very good distance. Reach back so you can reach your chair. Turn your left toes out. Make sure you can get that chair and you move it with you as you go, as you need to. Press your right foot in the wall and the left knee. Keep the hips in. Keep the trunk straight. Use your chair to help you do those things. Pull that left knee back. Pull the right thigh back. Lift your chest. So you see my hands are on the back of the chair right now. Don't overdo that and arch your back, but lift. Then, right arm goes up. Left arm goes to left knee. Or you can reach back, find the legs of the chair. Extend. Working the legs of the chair gives you a way to pull that front leg back, press the heel into the wall, lengthen your trunk, twist those left ribs forward. Classically, the arm goes overhead. If you want to take it there, you may do that. Keep that left shoulder back. And then come up. And stay. Everybody okay? Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to do a pose, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So for that pose, the left hand, get yourself ready and have your sticky mat folded up ready. I'm going to show you how to use it. When you do this pose, we step far forward. Then we turn the heel at the wall, turn both heels, and we bend the front knee. We're going to draw the chair up under us. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to lift and take this back thigh on the chair. If you're not too good at getting that twist, you end up on your inner thigh and it's tender. So, to mitigate that, we can use a folded mat.
And it can be at an angle. All you need is a mat on the edge of this chair, this edge, where your thigh is going to be. You never hardly ever get instructions to put stuff in an angle. This is a big exception, all right? So get your feet wide apart, put the mat at an angle on your chair so the back thigh is going to be supported. Then, and your feet are still parallel, so you got plenty of support. And then just stand up with the chair between your legs. Why not? Okay. This time we're going to turn the back toes in, heel at the wall. We're going to turn the whole left leg, right leg out. And we're going to turn our trunk. Let the back heel, your left heel, come up and lean forward so that you can roll this thigh onto the chair. So it's not to be on the inner thigh. It's to be on the front of the thigh. So the back heel can come up, front knee is bent. We're sort of getting in the general shape of what we're looking for. Then we're going to press and lift up. We're going to stretch the back heel down toward the floor. Roll that back thigh inward. Lift up through the pelvis. Knee, 90 degrees is what we hope for. And if you're stable, your arms come up. Look up, lift your chest up, and breathe. And then come down and have a seat in the chair. All right. We change sides. If the back leg doesn't bother you, don't bother with a padding. There, that should be a little better. Okay. So now, on the wrong side. So now I'm on the right side. My right foot is at the wall, side of the foot, side of the left foot steps out. So your feet are parallel. Be sure you can reach your chair and draw it up under you. And your legs should be that wide. So get your legs nice and wide. If you're not quite there, it's okay, it's fine. But be aware of how wide you can take those legs apart really. This is where a corner is helpful for balance and for adjustment. So if you can find a corner in your house while you're learning these things, it can be very helpful, okay? Turn the left toes out. Now we're going to turn the whole trunk. This is when we pull the chair up to support that thigh. Lift the heel up on the wall and turn your back thigh. For me, it's easier if I lean forward. Once you've got more of the front thigh on the chair, then you're going to lift. Press into that back leg. I know it wants to bend, but press into that leg, press that heel into the wall. Can you keep this and take the heel down the wall a little more? We want our trunk to face in the same direction as the bent leg. So we don't let the trunk turn to take the heel down. Keep the trunk lifted. Then stretch both that back leg, draw the front thigh into the hip, lift the chest, bend that knee. Move the chair away, bend the knee. Your thigh it depends on your proportions. Your thigh might not be on the chair. All right, so don't worry if it's not. But that little edge can be padded is all I'm saying there. All right, now, if you're safe, if you're secure, you take your arms to the sides, bring them up, press your feet down, lift your chest, take your arms and your head back, and breathe. And then come down and sit. All right. I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions. Everybody okay? Okay. Oh, wait, Carol, wait a minute. I see you moving, but I can't. Oh, hold on. No, I don't want. Here, let me just unmute you. This technology. Can I unmute you? Go ahead and say yes. Not working. Now I hear you. Yes. All right. Does anybody else need to speak besides Carol? Okay, how's it going, Carol?
I'm just not sure because every time I think I'm getting the chair in the right position, I'm not.
Well, I know exactly how you feel. I do know. I told you it's a little bit, it gets a little confusing, but you know right away when you've made a mistake. And
Yes,
so you can just move it. Don't feel
Okay.
like you're the only one.
And
Okay.
then also my leg, I'm afraid to say, is too short to go over the chair.
I understand that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. If that is your condition, I wish I could unmute everybody. I don't know how to do it. It's not letting me, except if I go one by one. Well, anyway, if that is your situation, then what you will need to do is use a mat and a block for your foot. Okay, so I'm not going to put the mat down for the sake of time, Carol, but you would put the mat down, you would put your chair on it, and you would put the block on the floor in the mat. Okay? So then, you can step there. Now, you see, this is why you need the mat, because otherwise this block moves around too much. Can you see it?
Yes.
Wiggling around. So this is
Yes.
why you need the mat to hold it. But that way, you see, it's too high for me. But I understand the shorter chin, especially, is going to cause some problems there. So that's how you solve that. And if the block is too big for you, try to find a book. Try to find a book in your house that's about half this thick as a block. And you can work it from there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, going back to mute now. All right. All right, now, let's try that one again. So learning which way to twist this chair, try not to think about it too much. I'm here,
I know where I want to go. Clearly, this is the wrong way. I have to have the speed of the chair where my leg is. So once you work with it a little bit, it becomes clearer. Also, if you find using this sticky mat here it's big, it's a little cumbersome. If you practice this at your home and you find you have some other smaller thing that will just pad this edge for you but stay put, feel free. All right. So step your legs now far apart. Have the chair behind you and the seat there facing you. Get your feet parallel. Draw the thighs back. Lift up your trunk. Now, turn your right toes in. Turn your left leg out. Reach under. Scoot that chair under you. Scoot it well under you. Lean forward. Let the back heel come up so that you can get this thigh on the chair. So it's not just the side of your leg. We're going toward the front of the thigh. And what I found is heel up and lean forward helps that. Once you've got that, then you can hang on to the chair, press yourself upward, draw your abdomen up. That says something to the back leg, in case you hadn't noticed that. It says it's so much easier when you're forward. Stretch your back leg and then bring your trunk up. Make the leg do the work. If you're stable, bring your arms up, lift your chest, look up, and breathe. If you're not stable or you're struggling with the legs, just keep working on it. And then come back. And sit. All right. And stand up. So now, the mat can come down for a moment. We're going to use the chair again. We're going to use it one more time after this too. One more pose. We're going to do revolve triangle. So, if I was going to do triangle, my chair would be here. I'm going to do revolve triangle, and my chair is still going to be here. All right? So get your feet wide apart. Lift up. So the chair seat is facing you. Stretch your arms, shoulders down. Left toes in. Turn your right leg out. Roll the top thighs, engage the glutes, lift the abdomen, lift the sides of the body, lift the chest, shoulders come down. Now, we're going to turn here, just like we did in the Virabhadrasana. We turned, we were in the chair. You pull your chair up. You can pull your chair up. You can turn first or last, but you're going to turn. You're going to, I'm sorry, chair doesn't go up, sorry. My bad. You don't turn the chair, and you don't pull the chair under you. Pull it up to you and turn, just like you did when the chair was under you. So imagine that the chair is under your back thigh, and you're trying to turn that back thigh so much. Stretch the heel down, lift the trunk, lift the pelvis. Exhale, going forward, just like we did in the last pose, the Virabhadrasana pose. Now, this, lift yourself a bit, take your right hand across into the seat of the chair. Hold the seat of the chair. Notice what happened to your hips. In case you don't notice, I can certainly show you. And that hip will go out. That hip will go out. You want to bring this hip in to the line. So we're here. We turn. You can let the back heel come up a bit, to get your turn. Stretch it back down, straighten both legs, lift, extend forward, take the hand across. This hip near the chair has to go in. So the back of the chair is away from you, the seat of the chair is towards you. That gives you support. Stretch both legs, lengthen your trunk, lift your chest. Legs are strong. Then keeping those hips tight in place. Revolve your trunk. This is a twist. Keep your head in line and breathe. And then slowly unwind it and come up. Square up your feet and step in. Move your chair to the other side. Seat of the chair faces you. Left foot at the wall. Right foot steps way out. Feet are parallel. Chair is closed. Get yourself straight. Draw up through your legs. Thighs back. Tailbone in. Chest up and back. Stretch your arms as you can. Okay, you're going to turn, take the back toes in, your left toes, turn your right leg out. Turn, turn, turn. Stretch your legs. Let the back heel come up a bit and turn the back thigh more. And then let the heel go down a little bit. Keep that left hip in. Now then, I'm going to keep the hips firm. Going to take your left hand across, right hand to the back of the chair. Pull the chair very close. Now then, keeping the hips firm, I'm going to roll through the trunk. Keeping the shoulders down, roll through your trunk. Keep your head in line and breathe. Can you feel the difference in action between the legs and the trunk? Breathe. And then come up. Step in. All right. We're gonna do the revolved Parsvakonasana. We're just gonna move right ahead. All right, so move your chair back. Sorry, I think I've gotten myself mixed up on which side is which. Why don't we just go back to do it the right way? Your right leg out. Your right leg out, which is what I did the last time. My apologies. Turn to face the center of your room. Okay, so your left heel is at the wall, right leg is out. I know I just did that, but I'm sorry, I got mixed up. Lift up in your trunk. This time we're going to bend the knee. Now, this is the revolved version of that. If you need the chair to do this pose, you can certainly move it under you, get your extension, and twist. Okay? If you don't need your leg in the chair for that support, then do in front of the chair. Okay? So do what you need to do to get something out of this movement. We all have to just start where we can do something. If you're gonna do this with your leg in the chair, it will help to keep it still if it's on the sticky mat. But if it wiggles, it's not terrible. So here we are. We're turned. Turn your hips. Lift your trunk. Bend your knees. Bend your right knee. Stretch the left leg. Come down to 90 degrees. Extend forward. Take your left hand across, right hand to the back of the chair. Notice I'm still looking forward. I want to try to keep my alignment. Now, when I twist, bend the elbows, keep everything else, twist your trunk, and breathe. And then come up. Change sides. Okay, right foot at the wall. Step out with the left. I'm still here in the middle of this. Get yourself firm distance, big distance. Then turn your back toes in, front toes out. Turn your hips. Let your back heel come up the wall a little bit, and it will help you to turn. That may make your balance a little off, so feel free to hold the chair in that during that movement. Then stretch the back heel down, both legs straight, lift your trunk, stretch your arms. Classically, the arms go overhead. So if your balance is wonderful, you can stretch one arm at least, if not both, okay? So, trunk is straight, bend the knee, move the chair so that it's right where you need. Extend your trunk forward, reach across, revolve. Keep that back leg strong. The trunk turns, head in line. And then come up, square your feet, and step in. Now we get to lay down on the floor. Yes. Now you can use your sticky mat or just lay on the floor. Completely your option. If you have 2 blankets, it'll make you more comfortable if you put one in your chair. Depends on your leg length though, right? Like for Carol, for example, with her legs are shorter, Carol might also need more support under her hips. But here we are. We're going to lay in the chair. There we are. Put the legs up in the chair. Pull the hips under. So you want your legs in the chair so that the calves are resting on the chair and are supported enough so that your hips feel a little bit light. So you shouldn't have to be pulling your hips up way high. They should just feel just slightly light on the edge. And as you settle into this, then draw your pelvis more parallel to the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades flat on the floor. Take your glasses off. Pull the blanket under your head in to touch your shoulders. And rest for a few moments. Let the breath be slow and steady. As you relax, it may benefit you to adjust your shoulders particularly. See that the bowl of your pelvis, this is basically the only work you have to do. Keep the bowl of your pelvis parallel to the floor. If that is a challenge for you, then you need to raise your trunk, not just your hips, but your trunk. You could use less folding of the blanket under your knees. But for now, see what you can do, just as it is. Sometimes we have to work under less than ideal conditions. So this is good practice. Slow, steady breath. Keep the head of that thigh bone, the femur bone, moving toward the floor. We've worked that area quite a bit today, in case you hadn't noticed that, we did. So I want this area of the upper thigh and the lower hips to be softened toward the floor so that they can extend and release. Now you have an option. You can take your legs out of the chair and rest in full Shavasana if this chair isn't making you too happy. Or if you're in heaven, you can stay in the chair. Either way, relax yourself. If you're staying in the chair, continue to lengthen the thigh and soften those glutes. If you go to Shavasana on the floor, maintain the awareness of the pelvic tilt. So do not allow your lumbar to cave toward the floor. We're not arching the back, but we're making sure that the thighs and the front pelvis and the trunk are all connected. Let your breath be slow and steady. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. Soften the skin of your face. Let that softening move through your scalp from front to back and from top to bottom. Let that softening move down your neck and through your shoulders. Completely release your arms and shoulders. Notice your breath. Keep it smooth and steady. Notice the movement of your ribs. Release through your trunk. so that you feel the movement of the breath through every rib. Soften down through the hips, belly. Soften through your legs. Pay special attention to the hips, abdomen, upper legs, and soften and let go deep into that hip socket. When you've released there, and don't hurry, take your time, then release down more through your legs to your feet and toes. Slow, steady breath. Feel the energy that you've generated in this class surging through your body. Now slowly let your breath deepen. Begin to move your fingers, toes. Place your hands on your abdomen. If your legs are under a chair, be careful as you pull them out. If your legs are on a chair, take them off and put your feet on the floor. And rest with your knees bent for a few more moments, keeping the bowl of that pelvis level with the floor. So don't let your low back sink to the floor. Bring your right arm up, roll to your right side, bend your knees, and rest there for a moment. Then roll yourself forward. Push up with your left hand and then your right. Sit in a comfortable position. Lift your chest, relax your thighs. Lengthen up your trunk. Find a balance, find a stability. Slow, steady breath. Join your palms, thumb side, center of the chest. Lift your chest. Bow your head, shoulders down, chest up. Take a moment to be grateful for all the blessings of your life. Namaste. Thank you for coming.